Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. It's opening week in the NFL, and today we have two teams are more than ready to get the season underway. It's the Redskins going up against the Vikings. The opening kick of the new season is straight ahead as we turn it over to our broadcast duo of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, it's one of the new jewels of the NFL, no doubt, as you get a look inside U.S. Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis. Tonight, it's the Sunday night opener for the 2017 NFL season between the Washington Redskins and the Minnesota Vikings. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now the first carry for Matt Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Coach hinted to us that we may see some old power football here in this game. We got a taste of it on that first down run.
I love how he hinted it to us, and then when we were watching practice, we were watching what they call inside drill with the offensive and defensive line, and they kept putting more defenders on the other side and saying, block that. I don't care how many guys are in there. I want to run the football this week, and boy, it has paid off for them in this game.
Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there, and it'll be second down. Offensive starters time, Charles, for the Washington Redskins.
Let's look at Josh Dotson, the wide receiver out of TCU. Grew up in Fort Worth. His mom works at the university as a vice president. He actually went to Wyoming first, transferred back to TCU, and boy, is he a high flyer. Throw it up in the air, he'll go up and get it.
It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding third and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive. They'll try and pick it up with Lewis. And he is going to lose yardage here. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. they'll root off the tight end in motion. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. The starters now on offense. And Stephon Diggs, our first chance to see him today.
Brandon, remember we had this conversation about how highly recruited he was in high school. Didn't quite live up to it in college due to some injuries. But, boy, has he hit the NFL like a bomb. Stephon Diggs, a crafty, mature route runner who can go the distance.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. A good pickup there at 22. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Second down, Bridgewater. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Greg Hardy able to drop him for a loss of 4. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on third. Third and long for Bridgewater. And Diggs has it. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And Forbath will put this one through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So they get the ball first here in front of the home crowd under the lights, and they get 3 points out of it.
And there's something about a night game, isn't there? A little extra snap, a little extra crisp in the air. What a terrific way to get things started. A little extra excitement, a little extra dazzle for the home crowd.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And that's a nice pick.
Now I've been in New York, Texas, Midwest, and it all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California, A-A-T-L-M-I-A-D-M-V, all reminds me of...
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Texas, Midwest, and it all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California,
I got some out in Dallas, now I'm smelling like LA. Met a from Miami to the Machiavelli. Left the kids on the belly, left the vid on my celly. She ate like spaghetti, I'm hitting gas and Andretti. Met some killers in Memphis, like they from Oakland. Give me my flowers while I can smell them. Ain't talking about roses, literally I'm lean. Mix it like a... Bought it in Nashville, then I woke up in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's sun, California, but nothing like Compton. It's more like Calistoga, and it's hot as Arizona. I pop me up Fresno, hard colder than Minnesota in October. Don't interrupt, darling, I'm in the zone. Why does everywhere I go just remind me of home? You know that state of gold with the bed. Them other places come close, but they don't compare. Now I've been in New York, come on, Texas, yeah, Midwest, and it all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California, A-A-T-L-M-I-A-D-M-V, all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California,
California, no like California.
Fresh off a flight to Boston, got a BZ in Maryland that I pipe too often. Headed right to Austin, most likely flossing. Tight, exhausted, high as a forklift. Handful of goons out in Colorado. Any given afternoon, you can catch a hollow. Honestly, it's the same out in Richmond, Virginia or California. Either state, you can get it. I done seen it.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. It's opening week in the NFL, and today we have two teams who are more than ready to get the season underway. It's the Redskins going up against the Vikings. With that, let's call in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, with this opening week matchup.
We are at the newest stadium in the NFL, and its inaugural year. There's a look inside U.S. Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis. Tonight, it's the Sunday night opener for the 2017 NFL season between the Washington Redskins and the Minnesota Vikings.
Let's go. Wait,
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On 1st down, Murray. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
2nd down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13.
Let's go. Blue 58.
Bridgewater now on 2nd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets the tone for the offense.
Tough spot for the offense. 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And that's caught by Tammy. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it. The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Let's go. Wait, Dagger.
Kyle Rudolph, the tight end, in motion. Here's Bridgewater. And he finds a man with a crossing route. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll run here. It's Murray. So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. A loss of 8 on the play, and it brings up 4th. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
Get ready! Tiger! Tiger!
Kyle Rudolph, the tight end, in motion. Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And not great starting field position here for the offense. Here's the first carry for Matt Jones. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. All right, let's meet your starters. Matt Jones. What do you have to say, Charles?
Supposed to just be a 3rd down back when he came into the league. He ran so well, it forced everyone to change their opinion. Matt Jones is a 3-down back.
Now let's go! 3-19! All right, now, lucky 56! Lucky 56! Gun!
Manzil. It's brought in by Doxson. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Here's Manzil. Out to the left, it's complete to Doxson. And he's brought down. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
This offense is in rhythm now, just accumulating first downs and moving the ball downfield.
They go back to the ground with Jones. Uses the stiff arm. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here. Now Manzil. He finds his target. It's Crowder. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
He chucks him aside.
Dumped him.
And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They'll get 32 yards there. And it'll give the Vikings a first down. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Going for the deep. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Josh Norman with a pick. He can be such a tone setter for a defense.
His confidence has grown from his first snaps in the NFL. Found his place, found his way, and now everyone just wants to avoid throwing the football in his direction.
He's going to take another shot here. Jason Witten, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. One man in the backfield, that's Jones. And he comes back with one complete. And he's eventually brought down, but not before he reaches the 39, just shy of the 40.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can
Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
The second down throw for Bridgewater. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They come out here in the eye. They run with Murray. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Second down to the offense needing 5 yards. They'll come out in the pistol. That was second down run for Murray. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
But there's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. Bridgewater. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jacob Tamme from 13 yards out. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. And he's a reliable target. He's more than that, though. Hey, look, I'm not going to say he's the best tight end in the league, but he's solid.
Yeah, because he's able to block, and that's almost a lost art for a number of the tight ends in the league now because the most popular guys are almost what we call move tight ends, more like receivers, but those guys who can do it all, there's still a place for them in the NFL.
Out comes a Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
One man in the backfield, that's Jones. He'll get the football here, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Well, there they went blitz defensively, Charles, and things were paved well coming from the linebacker position.
I love the way that you described it, paved well. Oftentimes, the guy who gets home on the blitz, he's going to get all the credit, but his teammates did all the dirty work, right? They ran into people on purpose. They sometimes tugged on jerseys to hold linemen to create space and gaps. And that play finished off really, really well. Well conceived, well designed, and even better executed.
Defense looking to hold serve one last time here on 3rd and 7. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Halfback sent in motion. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Kyle Rudolph, the tight end, in motion. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on 1st down.
That'll give them a little extra comp.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The defense in an enviable position here. The offense needs 13 yards. It's 3rd down.
Set. Way 90. Way 90. Tiger. Tiger.
Kyle Rudolph, the tight end, in motion.
Tiger. Tiger. Hey.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. And Forbath will put this one through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And here come the Redskins now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got his man on the crossing route. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. 2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. More from Minneapolis after this. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. 1 man in the backfield. That's Jones. Here's Manzil. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then broke back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarter?
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They give them a gain of 37.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And a short gain here down to the 22. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Let's go. Force.
Kyle Rudolph, the tight end, in motion. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Now Forbath for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
This one caught by Crowder. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Manzil, and that's incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Out to the left, it's complete to Dykson. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Now Manzil. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. Looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down inbounds. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season, as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They go play action here on first down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And put a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Give them 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. 1 man in the backfield. That's Jones. Back to throw here. Dancing to his left. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. He was looking for Matt Jones that time. And it's second down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because their only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. And it'll bring up third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good. But when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
He'll field this at the 5. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
Defense,
we
got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over with a football just outside of the 10 at the 12-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, he didn't.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Matt Matt Jones. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Redskins capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They'll try and get the running game going here with Murray. And some space here. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be first down, Vikings.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
He's got time. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on and it's second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Kyle Rudolph, the tight end, in motion. On second down, Bridgewater again. This complete to Josh Huff. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but they have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks. Those guys are worth their weight in gold.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
And that's why you see so many teams play a 3-4 defense, because that set gives you a lot of flexibility about where to bring pressure from, and it's hard for an offense to pick it up. Left side, right side, up the middle, especially with some really flexible linebackers.
Kyle Rudolph, the tight end, in motion. Second down, Bridgewater. Caught. It's high. And he's brought down. 15 yards there for number 15.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They come out here in the eye. 10th carry of the game now. Murray. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Vikings. Latavius Murray, 36 yards. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense? Josh Dodson, past the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Josh Dodson, 75 yards. And the Redskins have made this a one-score game. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. took him less time than that to get to top speed and complete that play.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Get ready!
Now a play fake here on first down. And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. They'll get 16 yards there, and it'll give the Vikings a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Bridgewater now on second down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Kyle Rudolph, the tight end, in motion. Third and long for Bridgewater. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
18 yards the gain for number 18. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And they're going to speed things up here. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Matt Jones, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And oh, it's blocked. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Here's the Redskins now as their kick unit will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
They come out here in the eye. On second down, it's Jones. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. Xavier Rhodes makes the tackle.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
All right, here we go. Blue line.
Now Manzil. Flushed out right. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Dominic Easley able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage. And it'll be 4th down. And Hopkins' kick is good. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal, and that does give them the lead, but this one is still a long ways from over.
And you love to be able to look up at the scoreboard and see that you're out in front. But then you take one look across the field and see that offense is raring to come back out, and you think, I don't know, the field goals are going to be enough to get us home.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Kyle Rudolph, the tight end, in motion. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. He got 29 yards that time.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
In motion goes the tight end. A first down throw for Bridgewater. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Call it a gain of 5. And it'll make it a 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Let's go. Two jet.
Kyle Rudolph, the tight end, in motion. A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
In motion, the tight end. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. 2nd down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. Kyle Rudolph, the tight end, in motion. To throw, Bridgewater. Now they go screen. It's complete. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Kyle Rudolph, the tight end, in motion. Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The tackle made there by Harrison Smith. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
One thing that you find out on a sweep play is the fortitude of the people running it. Because that is a run, and then there's some contact when you finally get to the edge. And those guys who can hold that point of attack and hold up on that contact, they create the plays that we just saw there. Really nice play by the defensive guys.
Here's Manzil, escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Terrell Pryor that time. Now fourth down. Here's Tressway now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And out now come the Vikings. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up. But you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over,
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. Wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
Let's go.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Get ready.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man complete. A big play there for Minnesota. 41 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch with offensive.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. It's Murray, and he stopped immediately there. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
But I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Now a handoff here to his running back. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So here now is Kai Forbath with the pressure on. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Let's go. Green 39. Green.
He'll look to throw. Ducks him with a grab over the middle. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Partner, I always loved it when Coach Madden used to talk about the phrase, take what the defense gives you. Well, if you need 6 and they only give you 4, that doesn't help you. In this situation, they're giving you the middle of the field, but you need the sidelines. You have to know when to break the rules.
Here we go now. Over.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Back to throw. It's caught inside the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And he just clocked it. But the clock wasn't even moving. Well, that's one you don't see very often, a wasted down. So now it all comes down. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Shift together here from the D-line. And did he just clock that? Looked like he tried to stop the clock, but the clock wasn't even moving. So now it all comes down to Dustin Hopkins. 2 for 2. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. They'll come up with split backs in the backfield. And he just clocked it, but the clock wasn't even moving. Well, that's one you don't see very often, a wasted down. So now it all comes down to Dustin Hopkins. 2 for 2 tonight. This will be for the win. And his kick is good. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Washington, a win's a win as they eke out the 2-point victory to take the season opener. And they'll return home next week to take on the L.A. Rams. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, good night, everybody.